Hey, welcome back, everybody. Dr. Elinor Robin here. This is the Divorce Depot. We are returning from a hiatus of having no episodes, and this is the second episode now that we're back, and these episodes are coming to you from the beautiful Gainesville Podcast Studio, where my friend and colleague Nehemiah Harmon is creating magic. And if you are interested in having a podcast of your own, then you must contact Nehemiah at the Gainesville Podcast Studio. So this podcast, as you know, is called the Divorce Depot, and I talk about all things related to divorce. Because people only go through a divorce, most people only go through divorce once. And so they enter the treacherous terrain of divorce with no experience and often wearing emotional blinders. They're blinded by disappointment, betrayal, anger, hurt, and a whole bunch of other emotions. So it's often very difficult to make good decisions. Today, though, I wanted to talk about the children of divorce. And one of the things we find with children of divorce is that children will often be tattletales. They will, make reports to one parent about the other parent or what happened in the other parent's house. Children can be manipulative. Even your child can be manipulative. But that manipulation typically is serving a purpose for that child. And I just wanted to talk a little bit about that. And so there are some reasons why children will try to manipulate one parent over the other. And one reason is this gives the child a lot of power. So often in a divorce, a child can feel powerless, that they no longer, know how things are going to play out. Their routine is disrupted. They have lost the power of consistency. They may have lost some of their parents' attention. And so trying to manipulate parents, I'm looking here at some notes because I don't want to miss anything. They're going to tell tales, and this will give the child back some of the power that they have lost. So as the parent, the key is do not overreact. If you have genuine concerns, go to the other parent. Check it out with them. Listen to what the other parent has said. Cut the other parent some slack. Sometimes it's a mistake. Sometimes it's just an oversight. Yes, sometimes it may be a malicious act on the part of the other parent. But often, if you react to that, now you set up a seesaw effect so that you do something, they do something, you do something, they do something. And ultimately, both of you are just stuck with the seesaw has come crashing down on your toes. And so you both have broken toes. So check it out. Don't believe everything your child says, because often it is slanted in a way that makes them feel powerful. Instead, number 2 thing, keep your focus on your child's behavior. Watch how your child behaves. That will give you more information than what your child necessarily tells you. And 3 is keep the other parent connected. There are apps that you can use, such as Our Family Wizard and Talking Parents, that are apps designed to keep parents connected. So those apps will handle financial dealings, those apps will handle communication, and those apps will handle scheduling. And there are other apps too. Find an app that works for you and your co-parent. And don't even call them your ex anymore. Call them your co-parent from now on. And figure out ways for you to stay connected, and both of you should be committed to keeping each other informed about what's going on, school, medical, etc., with your child. Now, back to the child. So telling these tales or tattletaling may be a way for a child to get what he or she wants that they're not getting up front. So when a child says, Dad, you're so mean. At Mom's, we never go to bed before 11 p.m. on weekdays. Is it true? Maybe. Then again, maybe not. But now Dad feels guilty, or Dad is afraid that he's going to be the mean parent, the bad parent. And so he gives in and lets the child, have some leeway that the child wouldn't otherwise have. So check these things out with your co-parent and know that this is, I don't even want to call it lying. It's really normal behavior. Often, well, it is sort of lying, but it's lying that is normal behavior. But often, children will tell us tales based on how they want things to be, not how things actually are. And so when your child tells you something that you know is pretty far-fetched, you can ask him or her, is that how it really is? Or is that how you want it to be? And finally, children will tell you tales because they're seeking approval. They want your love. They want your affection. And they're going to tell you what they think you want to hear. So if they know you're angry at Mom or Dad, they may tell you awful things about Mom or Dad in the hopes that now you'll say, oh, I'm on your side and we're on a side together and it's you and me, kid, against the world. And they eat that up, but then guess what? Then they go to the other parent's house and they do the same thing in the other parent's house. So if I had one wish for anyone listening to this, is that you and your co-parent could have a unified front. If I had a magic wand to hit you both with, I would hit you with the magic wand and give you the gift of a unified front, to be unified parents that are consistent and do everything you possibly can with a focus on what's best for your child, which sometimes is not necessarily what's best for you. So, wishing you easy, breezy co-parenting. This is Dr. Elinor Robin and the Divorce Depot podcast, coming to you from the Gainesville Podcast Studio and wishing you so long. Happy trails.